Hi everyone, welcome to December. We're doing Pick a Better Snack today. We're really excited to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about squash and the gourd family. There's lots of different shapes and colors and sizes. Some of you might have just carved a pumpkin at Halloween. But we're going to show you some of my favorite squash to eat today. But there's lots of other types out there, so feel free to try other ones. Today we have a delicata squash, a buttercup squash, this is one of my favorites, and an acorn squash. Have you tried any of these before? Delicata are nice because they're extra soft, very colorful. They almost look like a little watermelon or something like that. These ones have a lot of flavor and they're easy to cook, so we're going to do a taste test and actually cook some of this up and try it later. I really like the buttercup squash because it kind of tastes like a sweet potato inside, and you can bake it whole without taking the skin off. So it's really easy to just put it in the oven, bake it, and then open it up and enjoy it. We're also going to do a little MyPlate review as usual. My first question for you is, are these squash a fruit or a vegetable? What do you think? If you carved a pumpkin at Halloween, you probably remember lots of seeds inside. Well, all these different squash also have seeds inside, and if you remember, that makes them a fruit, right? So all your different squash, whether it's a big pumpkin or a little delicata squash like this, they're all fruits. All right, so we're going to talk about MyPlate, and you can kind of imagine maybe a holiday meal you're going to have. I'm going to talk a little bit about my holiday meal as we go through this. Thinking of fruits we can enjoy, like we were just talking about, these squash can be a fruit that you were enjoying at your holiday meal. I might bake a delicata squash, and you could even turn squash into like mashed squash, almost like a substitute for potatoes, and you can put gravy on top of it if you're into that. To get some veggies, I really like to have a salad on my plate at my holiday meals, so maybe some spinach or lettuce is a good way to go there. I also love carrots. Carrots can be roasted, they can be sweet as a dessert, or they can be savory as something like on your main plate at dinner, right? Jumping over to grains. Grains comes in lots of different forms, right? These start off as seeds and we can grind them into flour and make all kinds of different things. I'm probably gonna bake a loaf of bread at my holiday meal, which is a great way to get some healthy grains. These will give you lots of good energy and keep you full. Looking at our protein, protein can come from animals or plants, right? I'm a big fan of tofu, which is a bean-based protein. Helps get your muscles strong, right? But you could also have things like turkey is a classic holiday meat. Lots of different seafood may be something popular in your family, steak, chicken, pork, whatever it is. Lots of different foods we can get healthy protein from. The key here is just getting a variety, so that rather than just eating one type of protein, it's good to eat plant-based proteins as well as animal-based ones, like eat some peanut butter, maybe some nuts and seeds, maybe have some roasted pumpkin seeds if you had any left from your Halloween. And last but not least, dairy. You can find all kinds of great dairy this time of the year, right? There's obviously things like milk that we drink most days. This time of year you could also have eggnog, which would give you some dairy. Yogurt is a delicious, healthy dairy option, but you could also treat yourself with a little ice cream. All of these things have calcium in them, which is great for your teeth and bones. So when we put all of this healthy food together on my plate, you can have a delicious and healthy holiday meal that everyone enjoys.
Hi guys, Sam here, and our story today is called "A Fruit is a Suitcase for Seeds." Do you know what that means? A fruit is a suitcase for seeds. Imagine if you were packing up a suitcase to take to a friend's house. What would you put inside that suitcase? Maybe some clothes or toys, your toothbrush. Well, fruit acts kind of like a similar thing, except the fruit holds the seeds inside. It keeps them safe. So we're going to think about that as we read today. Most plants have seeds. When you put a seed in the ground and water it, a new plant grows from it. Have you guys planted seeds before? Seeds often travel to faraway places. If seeds did not travel, too many plants would grow in one place. It would be very crowded. So imagine if all the seeds on these plants just fell on the ground and did not travel at all. It would look like a jungle. Some seeds travel on the wind. Some seeds travel in the water. Many seeds travel inside fruits. The fruit is like a suitcase for the seeds. It protects them on their trip. You see how the inside of this pomegranate fruit is holding the seeds and protecting them? Just like you do with your clothes. Fruit looks beautiful and tastes good, so animals and people eat them. And then they drop the seeds in different places. You see those animals jumping on the vines? They're eating the fruit and then dropping them in different places so that it'll grow where it drops. Some fruits carry one big seed inside of them. This seed is called a pit. You see all these different fruits? We have cherries, plums, peaches, apricots, and avocados. Look at the big seed on the inside. Those are also called stone fruits because of that big pit. A cherry is an example of one of these fruits. Some fruits have many small seeds inside of them. Things like lemons, melons, apples, and pears have small seeds. An apple is one of these fruits. Some fruits have many, many tiny seeds inside of them, like bananas. Have you seen a banana seed? They're on the very middle of the banana. They're teeny, teeny, tiny. Blueberries and kiwis. A kiwi is one of these fruits. Bats like to eat kiwis. Many berries, such as strawberries and blackberries, carry seeds on the outside. Raspberries do too. Lots of animals like fruits. Some vegetables we eat are really fruits. They carry seeds too. Did you know that butternut squash is a fruit? And tomatoes and peppers? And Sam showed you some acorn squash today. That is also a fruit because of the seeds on the inside. Peas are seeds. Can you see those peas? Can you find the seeds on this ear of corn? Where are the seeds on corn? Hint, it's the part that you eat. Those corn kernels are the seeds of the corn. I'll bet you didn't know that every time you eat a peach, a cherry, an avocado, a plum, a cucumber, a tomato, a grape, an apple, an orange, a pea, a pear, a melon, a banana, or a blueberry, you're really eating a suitcase for seeds. You see what they did there? That suitcase looks like a strawberry, and the strawberries containing those seeds. Pretty cool. This is a fun little photo on the back. We have a special thing that we're doing with SNAP-Ed today, a special activity. We are doing some mountain biking in the trails at Palermo Consolidated School, and also walking in the trails.
Hi everyone. So we're here at Palermo Consolidated School and we're doing lots of amazing SNAP-Ed outdoor activities today. They have a really cool outdoor mountain biking program here at Palermo, and we'll probably get to meet the PE teacher, Mr. Grenier, later. But these are some trails that they've created. They do frisbee golf out here, ride mountain bikes, and hiking. You might not have trails like this at your school, but there's lots around this area. If you go to the Quarry Road trails or up by Inland Hospital, there's trails all through the woods. You can do lots of fun things like frisbee golf and mountain biking. So I encourage you to get outside and be active this winter, even if it's a little chilly.
everybody. One way I like to be active is going for a walk with my dog Daisy. If you have a dog or even a cat who likes to walk maybe at home, you could go outside and walk them, or even go by yourself. Right now it's a little bit snowy, so if it is, grab a hat and gloves and stay warm in a jacket. Daisy, you ready for a walk? Come. Yeah, good girl, let's go.
Hi, I'm Mr. Grenier, and I'm a physical education teacher at Palermo Consolidated School. And one way I love to be active is biking. Biking is a really, really good skill to learn how to do. Being able to stop while you're biking, press the pedals really hard, to go up hills, down hills, and over under things is so much fun. Another really fun activity when the snow comes is sledding. Being able to walk up the hill takes a lot of energy and then slide all the way down to the bottom. Be careful while you're sledding that there are no trees in the way and you're away from the road. I hope you guys have fun being active this year.
Hello. So, our taste test today is going to be delicata squash. So beautiful. You're gonna see me chopping up some delicata squash on video, and then after that's done cooking, we're gonna try it together. While you watch me chop up, you can pause the video and either find some sort of fruit to try at home, or you can pick up a piece of paper and pencil or coloring crayons, whatever you want, and you can draw your own fruit. I challenge you to try and draw a delicata squash. Get some yellows and greens out there. I'll see you for the taste test. Alright, I think the delicata is finished cooking. The cool thing about delicata squash is you can season it with anything you want to. You can be creative here. Summon your inner chef. Today, I'm going to season the delicata squash with a little salt, some pepper, and garlic powder. If you get to try some delicata squash at home, you could also season it with a little cinnamon if you'd like. But I'm not going to add cinnamon today. I'm just going to stick with the salt, pepper, and garlic. Alright, I'm going to give this a mix. Notice how I kept the skins on the delicata. That adds some extra nutrients for you. I'm just going to mix this until all the seasonings are on them. And I just cooked this delicata squash until it was a little bit soft, so that when I put a fork in the delicata, it squishes in pretty smoothly and it's not too hard. I'm just going to take out one of these for our guests to try. Smells good in here. I'm going to invite our special friend Lex. I'm sure you've seen her trying things before on our videos. I'm going to invite her to try some delicata squash.
Hi everybody, I hope you are doing well this December. I'm very excited to try squash today. I hope you are too. I know sometimes trying new foods can be a little bit scary, and squash might be one that most of you haven't tried. But like Miss Sam was saying, the cool thing about squash, or what I think is a really cool thing, was that there are so many different ways you can eat it. Today it's seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, which sounds delicious. But I've also had it with cinnamon, which is really good too. So it's cool, you can eat it savory or sweet. And like other Sam was saying earlier, you can mash squash up, you can eat it just like this, you can leave the skin on, take it off. There's lots of different things you can do, which is really cool. But anyway, I'm excited to try this squash. And Miss Sam was telling me earlier, it looks kind of like a smile. So that's kind of fun. So I'm gonna start using my senses to explore this squash. So when I smell it, I definitely smell the garlic powder that Sam put on here to cook it with. I get a little bit of the pepper as well, but not a lot of smell from the squash. But if I lick it, it tastes sweet. Definitely sweet. The outside feels kind of like rough, I guess because the skin is still on the outside. The inside feels a lot smoother, a lot softer. If I try and squish it, it's not very easy to squish, but that probably depends on how long you cook it for. If you cooked it longer, I bet it would be very easy to squish. If I try and break it apart, it's very easy to break. It doesn't make much of a noise, but I could rip it apart really easily. I'm gonna take a bite and see what this tastes like. So just like when I licked it, the squash is very, very sweet, but Sam seasoned it with a lot of savory things like salt, pepper, and garlic powder. But it works very, very well together. It has a little bit of a crunch because of the skin, but the rest of it is very soft and easy to chew. This would make a very good snack. I feel like seasoned like this, I would really like to have some other vegetables cooked too. So maybe like the cauliflower that we tried last month, roasted with some squash would be really good. I really like roasting onions with my vegetables. Yeah, so I am so glad that I was able to join you today and try a piece of this squash, and I hope that you guys are able to try some squash this month as well.
Thanks everybody for joining us in this month's December Pick a Better Snack. We hope you enjoy lots of fruits this month.
Yeah, try some new fruits or veggies, especially some squash if you haven't done that before, and we'll see you all again in January.
Woo!